Flora podcast. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Charmy, and we're just two crazy sisters with an opinion and a channel.
If you like true crime, conspiracy, and supernatural crap, then this is your channel.
So today we're going to be reviewing The Strangers Chapter 1. We saw this in theaters, and honestly, I feel like all the hate it gets online is not deserved. I feel like it's not the best horror movie, and it's also not the worst horror movie I've seen. That's Terrifier. But it has its moments. It's like not gonna be like the original. People are really mad because I think they thought it was like a prequel, like showing how and why the killers killed. And I never thought it was. I thought it was a reboot. So I thought it would be very similar to the first one, the 2008 one.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
I'm neutral.
I would say I was very frustrated by the decisions the characters made and the lack of decisions the characters made. So that definitely, I can understand why people's frustration was there, because it was kind of like towards the end I was kind of rooting for the bad people at this point. I was like, okay, well, y'all don't care about living, so
yeah, I can see that they did do some stupid like decisions.
A lot.
From here on out, this video will contain spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then I suggest you stop watching now. But without further ado, let's get into it. The movie starts with this guy running in the woods before he is like trapped by the killers and everything. And all I was thinking was, at least he made it to daylight, because we all know they attack at night. So
yeah,
he at least made it to daylight. I guess Liv Tyler also made it to daylight, but they were like tied up. But like usually people don't make it to daylight. Then the scene cuts to the opening text where it explains that billions of people die, not billions, millions of people die every year from, you know, serial killers and stuff like that. And every few seconds someone dies, and there's like, this is a story about one of the most brutal ones. And I'm like, it really wasn't.
Well, I don't think it was death. I think it was just opened up with crime happens.
Yeah, crime. But they said this is the most brutal crime that happened, and we're going to show it to you. But this wasn't. I feel like the 2008 was more brutal.
Yeah, but if I think it's the same time, like, period. So at the time, that was probably the most brutal case. Now we know that there are a lot.
Yes, and I watched it, and it wasn't. Okay, spoiler. At the end, they each get stabbed once and then kicked on the floor. And Liv Tyler's, they were stabbed multiple times. Like, this is the most brutal. You could have done more.
Maybe
they didn't even use the axe. They just stabbed them.
I think they may have led up to, like, what led up to their deaths. It was like cruel. Like the chasing, that whole fear up until you die from that point on is scary. Especially since I know she was high. So I know her fear was like even more heightened. At least that first hour or two.
Honestly, I don't think it was the most brutal. I think you could have done more, in my opinion. It then cuts to Ryan and his girlfriend Maya, who is played by Madeline. You know, I don't know how to say her last name. And she was also on Riverdale.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I know her from.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons of Riverdale, so I knew her from that.
Yeah, I didn't watch Riverdale at all, but I just seen her in like the posters and stuff.
I liked it, but it went down a path that I wasn't trying to go down. So
yeah, I heard it didn't end well. Neither did this movie. The couple on a road trip where they stop at this small little town of Venus, Oregon, and now I'm never going to Venus, Oregon. I do like the addition of like other people in the world. Like in the first Strangers, it just starts with them going to the cabin, and it's mostly just them two. Even when the guy leaves, you just focus on her in the cabin by herself. Whereas in this, you actually see a town that's around the same area where they get, you know, brutalized and. You know,
where they get brutalized.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're like, wow, like you kind of wonder, are the townspeople in on it? Are they not?
I kind of got that vibe. What do they
know? Because there's like the missing poster of the guy in the beginning who's running in the diner that they go to. And so I'm like, do they know? Are they in on it? Half the time I think they're in it. Half the time I think they probably aren't.
I think they know something's up. If they don't know exactly what's going on, they know that something's up in their town.
Like they know there's people in the woods.
They know that people are going missing. So I think they know something's up.
And then like in the second Strangers Pray at Night, you don't really see scenes outside like the campgrounds.
No, it's mostly takes focus
on the family and like the emptiness. So I do like the addition of other people outside. The townspeople really don't like, you know, the main characters. And so after they eat in their diner and leave, like their car doesn't start. And we're thinking, did the townspeople do this? Did they like...
We wasn't the only people thinking that. Ryan was thinking that too.
I feel like they did I don't think they did it to kill them. I think they did it to make a quick butt. like to make money.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I don't think they was like, oh, they're gonna still be alive to pay us in the morning.
Yeah, I think they probably did want them alive though. Well, I mean, he got to keep the car, so even I don't know if they got to keep the car.
I don't think they got to keep the car.
Now I think about it, like.
Especially since she in the end survived. So
yeah, that would have been a waste if they were trying to make a quick buck. If they don't survive the night, you're not making no money. Well, somebody got to come get this car, so.
Then there's like a shot where these two boys and, you know, schoolboy outfits are giving out pamphlets, which I liked because it was a callback to the first one.
Yeah.
Where the two boys were also in there giving out pamphlets and stuff like that.
Yeah, right
and then
before
also
they found
the bodies.
The bodies of, yeah.
So the couple is stuck in a small town and they rent an Airbnb through the townspeople. Not really the person who even owns the cabin. They really just showed up to his house and was like, okay, we're just gonna stay here for now.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. They're like, yeah, somebody in a town rents out our Airbnb. You should book it. Like, are they the person who rents it? Are they here?
Yeah,
like,
no, I don't think you
go
just walk up in someone's
to
house.
the place.
Also, I forgot to add that the main guy, has asthma. It comes up a lot during the movie. And I have asthma too, so I'm being represented now. All is well for like a couple hours until like the first stranger comes, which we all know it's Baby Doll, right? Yeah, Baby Doll. Hey, it's Editor Charmy here, and I just want to let you guys know that I actually messed up. Her name is actually Dollface, not Baby Doll. I now know that. So the rest of this video is me saying Baby Doll. I mean Dollface. I'm so sorry. Baby Doll, Pinup Girl, and Potato Sack. But they switched his name to Scarecrow. I found out later. I don't know why.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Potato Sack don't really sound scary.
It doesn't.
Like, I'm Potato Sack. Like.
But Baby Doll comes up, just like in the first film. She takes the light off the front door, so when she knocks, you can't see her face, and she asks where Tamara is. And she does it through all of the movies. That was like the first, shock factor. Especially since she was knocking on that door like she was the police. It scared the crap out of me. I literally jumped in my seat when she knocked.
Just a PSA, if anybody knows where Tamara is at, please let them know, because they've been asking for the last 3 movies.
I know. Tamara, where are you at, girl? They've been looking for you, and I'm scared for you. I actually don't like that they changed the design of the way the strangers looks. The only way they really changed is Baby Doll, and that's because they had her hair pulled back into a ski mask.
I do like the iconic hair,
the blonde hair,
and for both of them.
Yeah, and but I do feel like it was smart to have your hair tied back just in case you do get into a physical altercation. I just felt like in that instance when she's at the door, her hair should have been down. Like this, especially since you're just asking where Tamara is. Like you're not gonna find nobody right now.
No,
but like later on, because then you get confused because that one scene you're like, oh my god, where's Pinup Girls? Like that was her. And you're like, oh, I couldn't tell the difference because they look exactly the same.
Also, I wonder if they did that to keep, if the townspeople were in it, to keep their hair like from being being able to recognize them. I mean, it's kind of hard. There's a lot of blondes, not of brunettes, but I'm just saying, like,
that could be also a reason. You still think it's the townspeople?
I don't know who it is, but them townspeople was acting shady.
They really were. They're all sketchy and stuff.
Right. Like, I get not like wanting outsiders, but dang.
Another reason people didn't like this, one of the reasons was because the girl was vegan, making fun of her for being vegan. But I feel like that would happen in a small town where there's no vegans.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, she's a vegetarian. Oh, right. She's a vegetarian?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they probably would act like that. The boyfriend forgets his inhaler in the car, so he goes out to get his inhaler and some food, all the same reason the guy in the first one. He did not the inhaler, but he was having a hard time. But they both go out.
Yeah. And he went out on one of the motorcycles the only motorcycle that was at the Airbnb.
That's the only mode of transportation we had.
Yeah.
And people were mad, like he should have took her with. And I'm like, yeah, the killer should still just been there when they came back.
If he took her with her, it would kind of take away that value, the shock value from the first one. That whole her being home and the creepy things that were happening, I felt like was needed.
Yeah, me too.
I would have really been mad if he would have took her with her, because I would have been like, y'all really not making this like the remake. I know, like, yeah, she could have went, but like, come on, that scare factor was great with her staying there, with her wondering if someone's in the house, hearing creaks, like all that stuff. Like, it's great build up.
Even having a motorcycle is scary because, like, in a car you have protection, you have doors, you have like stuff around you that protect you, but in a motorcycle you're completely exposed. And I would be so, like, you driving a motorcycle and get hit upside the head with an axe as you're driving by, like.
Now, I'll be honest with you, can't ever see myself being on a motorcycle. But that night, I
do want to ride a motorcycle once.
No. That night, I probably would have gone on a motorcycle. Just me, because I'm not gonna stay home. I'm not staying in their place alone. I don't know any of these people. I don't know where we at. No. So I would have been on the back of that motorcycle. But I'm kind of happy that she didn't, because I need that scare factor.
And while he's out, Baby Doll comes back again, knocking on the door, asking for Tamara, knocking like she's the police again.
Sure did. I thought she was about to kick that door in.
I know, right? I was like, dang, girl, ain't that serious? I know you here. Like, that really scared me.
Where is Mother Tamara?
I would say the atmosphere was really well done. I was completely immersed into this film, and I definitely got goosebumps at times. The slow panning of the camera, the tension buildup was good.
I think the part that was really creepy for me was when she was playing the piano and he was just sitting in the chair behind her, like, oh my god.
And some people were mad about that because they liked in the first one how he just came in from behind, like she wasn't looking at him. He came from behind her through the shadows. They thought that was creepy, and like it is creepy. But I feel like you playing piano, then coming back and he's playing the same stuff you're playing, it shows that he was there the entire time. Yeah, I could have got you.
Yeah, plus it's just also like the fact that he was just chilling in that chair watching her. Listening. Like it was like there was no fear for him. He wasn't even like, I mean, he was subtle, but it was kind of like out there too.
I also feel like it's way scarier because he's like any second he could have got up and just chopped her head off.
I think that build up definitely helps with the scare factor because like it's like the hunt.
It is. It's the hunt for them. Even though even in that moment she doesn't know she's being hunted, it's still like it's just for them and for the audience for us to freak out over.
Yeah. Because being hunted and not knowing you're being hunted is crazy. Because once you realize it, everything starts making sense. All the weird, creepy things were happening.
Your phone wasn't where you put it.
Right, yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, who leaves their phone around? But then I did it the other day, and so I was like, you know what? I can understand.
I do it all the time. Matter of fact, I lose my phone at least once a day, so...
See, yeah, so that's actually really relatable. But what was stupid?
And she was getting high too. So
yeah, that's the stupid part. She was already paranoid, and then she'll start doing.
Sometimes it helped, sometimes it didn't, and I don't think it helped in this case.
It really didn't. There's another scene that happens while the boyfriend's out. And it's like she's in the shower, and for some reason, maybe because she thought she was alone, she don't lock her doors. And he's just staring at her in the shower. And then 1 second he's there, and 1 second he's gone. And I heard that people are mad about that. But like, were y'all mad when Michael Myers did it? Like, that's just something like people do in horror tropes. Like the killer be there 1 second, the next second he be gone, and we're like, how did he move that fast? Well, apparently killers in horror movies have teleportation powers.
Yeah, they can move pretty fast.
For some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why they can.
They're like,
if you're being chased by a killer and he's moving really fast, you're in a horror movie, and chances of your survival are very slim.
I know, right? And then after that, that's when like the power goes out, and she first sees one of the strangers, which is I think it was Pinup Girl.
I think it was too.
Yeah, she was the one she saw first, and then she runs to the closet, but then she keeps her light on. And I'm like, you're so stupid.
I was so annoyed with her. I was like, girl, like, all right, somebody's in the house. Like, okay, we're gonna cry for a second, but we're about to get ready to fight. She
you don't got time to cry.
I'm like, all right, turn the light off. Like, you don't need the light. Like
the entire time, like, turn the light off. Turn the light off. Turn the light off.
And then I was at the point where, like, girl, if you gonna keep the light on, just go ahead and open the door and just go outside, because, like, they know where you are at this point.
And then her boyfriend comes back and tells her, you know, you were seeing things. Right after that, that's when, like, stuff gets real, because that's when
people were mad because he said that, but, like, come on, now you come home and it smelled like weed, and she's freaking out in the closet. Like, he's gonna be like, girl, you are having a panic attack because of the weed. You're paranoid. Yeah.
And then after that, Tamara knocks the door again, and he opens it. You know, boyfriend's all mad. He opens it and walks out, and she's in the driveway, and she does that funny little runaway. Like she's like,
like she ran me with a Titan. Like
yeah,
the way she just ran away.
I was like, okay, well,
all right, that's red flag number 75. Because girl, why you running like that?
Yeah. And after all that creepy stuff, they decided to eat their food, which I guess they're hungry. And as they're eating, the red drops come from the ceiling, and they realize it's blood. And then they realize that the killer has put up a bird. I forgot what bird it is.
Yeah, it sounds like a bird. I don't
But they put a bird up, and it was like, oh, someone's been in here, because no way it was up there the entire time. I guess when he came out the door, they could have done it. Though anyway, anytime during he was gone, they could have like gone in, because they already were in.
Side note, but the way that guy was eating that burger was so nasty. I was just like, oh, why are you eating like that?
Also, they make you find the acting. I thought it was okay. I really think the girl Maya did really good, Madeline.
Yeah, the other guy.
There's just that one scene where like the camera was like faced on him, and it was like,
so it was like, sir,
please
you're
stop.
not giving what's supposed to be given right now.
Yeah. And then after they see the bird, they're like, okay, you know, we gotta get out of here. Actually, they didn't get out of there. They just told him to lock the doors, and so they ran to lock the doors. And then there's a scene where she's locking the door, and the axe comes right through the wood, and I literally jumped out of my seat. I was like, ah!
And the axe went through the wood right next to her face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then he like the scarecrow looks in, and you just see his eye, like he's brown eyes. The brown eyed people did this.
Okay, about 95% of the population.
Has brown eyes. And then that's when they run into the room, and behind the door it says hello, 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 written in lipstick, the same way in the first film it was hello, but it was on the window. Mm-hmm. And I kind of was like, y'all knew that they were going to that exact room. Like, is it hello, hello on every door in this house? I mean, they did have the time to do that.
They did.
But I highly doubt they did that. Like, you just happened to choose that room that they ran into. And then Scarecrow starts busting down the door they're behind, and they run into the corner. And there is a window behind them, but honestly, I feel like they're surrounded at this point. That even if they use the window, they'd still be out there. They'd just be, like, waiting for them.
I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the mini scenes that pissed me off, because I don't know about you guys, but... I guess it just depends on the person, but if somebody's axing my door down, I'm not going to be sitting there crying. Like, I know that there could be the possibility of them coming out the window, but I'm still about to bust out that window, y'all.
Or at least throw something at them.
Right? Like, I was watching the original one, and she was throwing stuff at them. They threw a chair at him while he was trying to bust down the door. Like, I would have threw everything and was that nailed to the wall at that door.
I know. They had a lamp. They had everything in that room.
I would have threw my husband. Like, everybody, everything's getting thrown. I threw myself. Like, what's going on? Why are we sitting here crying? Like, we're not doing that.
But speaking about throwing your husband, when they stop and like they open the door to get out the room, he pushes the girl first.
I know, she went through first. I was like, son of a like,
he was like, go, and she's like in front of him. He's just like pushing her in front of him.
Yeah.
I was like, well, dang.
Right.
Let's see how he thinks about you.
Also, I don't think I would have went down that hallway. I would have been like, we can
out the window.
Right. We would have had to do something else. And you would have been the first one going out the window. Got me messed up.
And then the couple, they run outside to go, ride away on the motorcycle. And as soon as they get to the motorcycle, Scarecrow
that boy blew up.
Yeah, he threw it. He like set on fire, blew up, and they're like, oh crap. And they run back inside the house, and they run into the bathroom this time. While they're in there, they like see a vent. And this is one of the parts I actually did like they added, is them crawling underneath the house to get away. Mm-hmm. Like that tension in that scene was so
intense. Yeah.
I was like, girl, don't make a sound, because they can literally just stab through the floorboards and get you. But then I think she steps on a nail.
Well, her hand, she's crawling, she presses her hand through
the nail. And it really reminds me of Ready or Not when she put her hand through that nail.
Hers is worse though.
Oh yeah, because it's like open.
Yeah.
It was already, yeah, and so she had to be quiet. And I get shouting the first time your hand went through, but after that, I'm like, shut the up.
Yeah.
Like,
the amount of fear and adrenaline pumping through me probably would have numbed that pain.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah.
But it wouldn't have numbed my thoughts, because I would have needed a tetanus shot ASAP.
I know, right?
No. Me over here thinking about all the bacteria and germs that are in my cut now.
Yes. And then they make it outside, and there's like a little shack. And this is also when I got mad, because they go inside the little shack, and baby doll is already in there. I'm like, you knew they were going to go in there automatically?
Maybe they just went in there while she was hiding in there. She's like, oh crap, I gotta figure out a plan, because I didn't think y'all was coming here.
You just happened to be in there.
Right, she's over there meditating like, crap, they're in here.
And also, oh crap, I forgot to mention this, but
the refrigerator wasn't working.
Yeah, the refrigerator wasn't working, and they called for help.
They called the owner to come fix it.
And I guess he didn't be like, what the f*** you doing in my house?
I guess not. I guess this
like,
must be
how
some
am I getting paid?
Chill, trusting town, because that would have been, I would have called back like, who said you could come in?
Yeah.
Like...
And while they're in the shed, baby doll, I think it's baby doll, because in the dark I can't really tell, but one of the girls comes in, is about to attack Maya, and the guy finds a gun. Now I feel like if this was the townspeople, the gun would not be there. He would not have gotten a chance to get the gun, because they would know what's in this house. So obviously the strangers don't know what's in this house. This is just a random house they're attacking, I think. But then he gets the gun, he shoots and like misses.
Mind you, it was a shotgun, you guys.
Yes.
So he has 6 shells and all 6 missed.
That is true. And then it cuts to them sneaking around the house, and then they see like someone's at their front door knocking, and then the guy, he's like paranoid, shoots and finds out it's the guy who owns the Airbnb who came to help them with the refrigerator. And the same thing happens in the first film.
It's his friend.
It's his friend. He calls his friend to come get him because of his tension with his girlfriend, and he shoots his best friend, which I felt like had more emotional impact than you just shooting a stranger.
Yeah. Side note. So he was just gonna leave from the first one. He was just gonna leave her out there in the cabin.
Yes, you can't just leave. Just because you had a fight doesn't mean you can leave them. And then they notice the guy who they killed's car. Like, oh my god, we can just take his car. And so they jump into his car.
But I want you to know that it took them about like 5 to 10 minutes in movie time, but maybe 1 to 2 minutes in our time to realize they could just hop in that car. Because my first reaction would have been like, get in that car.
Yeah. I think they're just in shock that they killed somebody.
They were, but like y'all about to be the people killed if you don't get in that car.
And this is also what mad. They get inside the car, and then Patel Sack go hit them with the car, and like there's like a second where they could literally drive away.
There was like,
but they don't.
There was like, first of all, before he even hit them with the car, they still had time to drive away because they got in the car and they kind of like did something before they.
Yeah, they're wasting time.
They wasted so much time, you guys. Like that's at that point was when I was like, all right, well, I'm on the stranger's side now because like it you got blessed with a car and y'all just. Threw that blessing away, like, and that was their second blessing because they was blessed with a shotgun. So it's like, y'all, how many blessings y'all can get as you continue to fumble the bag?
Yes, and then like Scarecrow, I keep calling him that. Keeps like ramming his car into his, and I'm thinking, doesn't it also mess up Scarecrow's car? Like, how you gonna get away? I feel like that was a bad plan.
Also, while he was ramming my car, which wouldn't have happened because this situation would not have happened to me, I would have shot him with that shotgun.
To the driver's side window, be like, bam, bam, like.
Right. And I wouldn't even have shot like to kill him. I would have shot that engine. Like, I'm shooting, bro. You can't leave. I can't leave. You can't leave. So we both gonna be stranded here.
Yeah, you gotta walk home. And then he tells the girl to get out. She gets out, and then Potato Sack gets out his car. Scarecrow, whatever. And he gets out his car. And he starts hacking at the windshield, and the guy will get his gun. And for some reason, I don't know how, but Potato Sack can dodge bullets because he literally shot at him and moved out the way. I'm like, how did this happen? How can he move this fast? It makes no sense.
You know why? Because all of Ryan's actions are really like 5 times slower to
everybody else.
to Scarecrow. Because bro, like there was so many times when he could have killed him, and I was sitting here like, come on Ryan, you can do it, and he's just not doing it. Like, he's the blonde in this movie. Like, he's like the dumb stereotypical person who's just like, I'm gonna run upstairs instead of running out the front door. And it's like, okay, well, we can't help you then, girl, because you don't even want to help yourself.
And then there's the whole scene where they're running through the leaves, and for some reason, the main characters, when they run through the leaves, it's loud as hell, but when the killers do it, they're quiet as a mouse. Like, I don't understand how they do this.
It must be shoes that killers buy. Please drop the link of the shoes that you guys buy.
And then there's a scene where Ryan gets an asthma attack, and he uses like an empty water bottle to like calm him down, I'm guessing, because honestly that would not help to a person who's having an asthma attack.
I wouldn't know. I'm not gonna speak of things I don't have.
Yeah, because in my inhaler it's not just air, it's actually, a chemical substance.
Chemical substance.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. There's medicine in there that will open up my lungs, and he obviously didn't do that. But apparently it worked for him, so good for him.
Maybe that was the medieval
inhaler. They didn't have plastic bottles back then.
I know, but like using that technique.
And then there is a scene where the girl gets away. She hides in these like pile of leaves right next to the dead body.
Mind you, very itchy.
It is like she would be itchy after that. And she hides next to, I guess, where they bury all the dead bodies, because there's another dead body next to her.
Buried is a very polite word. They just threw them there.
The leaves did the rest.
Right.
And she hides there, and she calls 911 through her satellite cell phone that she got off the dead guy they killed. I think, yeah.
Which I believe is the audio played when it first starts off.
In the beginning of the movie?
Yeah. I think that might be the audio. Don't quote me on it.
Then in the final ending, the third act, Ryan actually gets the upper hand of the killers and goes behind Pinup Girl with his shotgun and it's like about to shoot her. But then he doesn't. And I get if it was like the first movie where there was like emotional impact from shooting someone before. But for this one, you should have just shot her.
There wouldn't have been no emotional impact. I would have been so scared that it would have been, at the moment, you or me, and it would have been you.
Though I do get turn around so I can claim self-defense, because it's not really self-defense if I shoot you from behind.
At that point, I don't think the self-defense really matters. All the damage that's been done by these random people is crazy.
No, actually, at this point, they haven't killed anyone. They just terrorized you. Mm-hmm. You're the one who killed the guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. If anybody is a murderer at this point, it would be him. But to be fair, well, they don't know that they have a track record of doing this. So we know that they murderers, but he don't really know.
Yeah. Like, at this point, they're like, no, this could have been a Halloween prank gone wrong.
It's about to be gone wrong because one of your peoples is about to be dead because she would have got lead to the face. Like,
yeah, but I need to save a bullet for Potato Sack. I think I could take out one of the girls by myself, like without anything. But for the guy, I do need that gun. I need to shoot him. He's stronger than me, bigger than me, faster than me. I need to shoot him.
But to be fair, them kids and the second strangers, boy.
Yeah.
The kids and the second strangers did more than these adults did.
But I mean, they did more than the first adults in the beginning one.
I'm talking about all the adults.
Yeah, they did.
Including their own parents.
Because they knew they wouldn't get charged as an adult.
They knew that they was young and they was like, look, we didn't have a chance to live, so
we gonna live now. And also another thing that made me mad was how Maya got caught. The girl just snuck up behind her and took her out.
Yeah. I will have to say though, what was making me mad with Ryan was the fact that he's over here talking to her like the pinup girl, I believe.
Yeah.
And like just talking to her and like, I'm gonna shoot you, and she's laughing, bro.
Shoot her.
So if you think this is funny, I think this is funny. Click. Like, you got me messed up. You just chasing me through a house, destroyed this, hit my car, axed down the door. Like, it's just way too much. My heart is already on 5,000 and now yours is about to be on 0 because you got me messed up.
Yes. And then it cuts to the ending scene that we all know so well with them tied up to a chair.
Oh wait, we didn't talk about how let's call him cornstarch. The scarecrow dude like got Ryan.
Oh yeah, after that he got Ryan because Ryan didn't shoot.
And I'm not gonna say that they would have survived. However, just know if I'm going out, I'm taking one of y'all. I'm taking somebody out. You know what I mean? I knew it was gonna be a brutal killing once you find out I shot your friend. But
yeah, at this point, I'm taking one of y'all out with
me.
We all burned.
Right. We already know you got the killer in you, so I might as well just take her out.
Then it cuts to the iconic scene of them tied up, and she was like, "Oh, what did she say?" They changed the line. This is a recurring line of "Why are you doing this?" The first one she said, "Because you were here, because you were home," which is also scary. The second one was "Why not?" which I found was even more scarier than "Because you're home." Because like really, the only reason
why not? I don't know why. I think she said "Because you're here."
No, that's this one.
Yeah, because you're here.
No, I'm talking about the second one, the prayer at night.
Oh.
And that one she says, "Why are you doing this?" Like, why not? And I feel like that was scary because they really have no motive. Why not do this? Why not? Because I want to. Why not? I have no one's gonna stop me except for the kids in the second one.
Right, because all y'all died.
But yeah, I feel like why not was scarier, but also because you're here was also scary.
Because you're home really creeps me out. Just like
because you're home. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're just walking through the woods to see your light on there. Like they're home. They're up.
I also wish they did something like they did in the first one, was take off their mask, which is what they didn't do in chapter 1.
Well, they can't because what's her name survived. I mean, I guess technically in the first one, we don't really know if she survived.
Well, we know that Tyler eventually died because they do have some details of what happened.
I don't know if Liv Tyler's character died or not. We actually we never find out. Not like they mentioned in the second one.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
that's why I think she died, because they never found out. Like, they wasn't even like, oh, they could look like this. It's just, I think she survived enough to go to the hospital, but didn't survive enough to be questioned.
I don't know, but who cares if they take their mask off or not? It was not like we ever get to see it.
What's brutal part was being slowly stabbed to death. But that was in Liv Tyler's movie, not in this one where they just stabbed him once and then knocked him on the floor.
Well, they saw the
like in Liv Tyler's, they did one at a time, just stab. They saw that
what's her name? Maya had a tetanus, so they just let her go one shot. One stab, I mean.
And then the police sirens and the strangers run off.
Well, they didn't really run. They kind of walked off.
Yeah. Well, they knew they had time. And they drove off and get away with it. And then in the end, we see that Maya actually didn't die, that she was in the hospital. And this is where I get mad, because this better be like a dream sequence or like PTSD. Like, she's in the bed, in the small hospital bed, and she don't feel this like Potato Sack is laying next to her. And he turns to look at her.
He's big body, y'all. Okay,
he's
body,
huge.
But he's big.
So she should have felt him if he was in the bed with her. I feel like it was a dream sequence, just shock value for us, for the audience.
Yeah.
I don't actually think he was there. which I do like if she did survive, because you know there's 3 chapters.
Yeah.
I feel like in the second chapter they're targeting someone else and she helps them out and then she dies. But I feel like she takes out one of the killers in that second one. That would be like a cool thing that's different.
Mm-hmm.
So that she's probably gonna kill Pinup Girl because everyone forgets about her. Everyone likes Baby Doll. That's how I feel like it's gonna happen.
I don't like any of y'all.
But I did think that they should have brought back was the boys that found the bodies and the thing. Because in the first one, the boys meet up with the strangers, not meet up.
Yeah.
But like they get in contact with them, and Baby Doll's like, "Can I have a pamphlet?" And he's like, "Are you a sinner?" And she said, "Yes, obviously." And he's like, "Okay, here." And it really shows that this was probably Baby Doll's first kill. Because then Pinup Girl says, "Don't worry, it gets easier."
Yeah.
And I wish they kind of added that to chapter 1. Because it really shows not Pinup Girl, Baby Doll's like questioning her like morals and her humanity. And she's like, "I don't know if I should be doing this." And
yeah, girl, I'm going to go off on a limb and say I don't think you should be doing this.
Yeah. But it really questions like she had doubts and that she kind of regretted it, while the other two, which I did like in this one, they showed a relationship between them. Like obviously Pinup Girl and Scarecrow have a relationship. They're hugging on each other and stuff like that. And I did kind of figure that because they were like probably the first two to start killing, and then they added this girl who was impressionable. That's what I did like.
Maybe it's their daughter.
Their daughter.
I don't know. It could be a number of things who these people are.
We're gonna pass down the family trade of serial killer and her to our daughter. It's a family tradition.
Right. Like, no, thank you, Mom. I'm going to the mall.
Overall, I liked the movie. I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not like the best thing.
Yeah, I would give it a 6 out of 10 too. I didn't think it was the best, but it did. You know me, I love a good, like, intense build up. So I felt that from this. But was I frustrated by how these people acted? Yeah. And I know in horror movies they're not going to do the logical thing, because if they did the logical thing, I wouldn't be paying money to see this. But
like in every horror movie there's stupid characters. Even the main characters are stupid.
But y'all, they definitely was stupid, okay? And in a lot of parts that is going to make you extremely upset.
I do not like the lack of blood. Like, it's a rated R movie. Add some more blood in it.
Yeah, but was there a lot of blood in the first Strangers? I feel like the second Strangers, it was a lot of blood. Like, it was a lot.
It was more graphic.
And the first one, they didn't show so much blood.
There's only 2, like, 3 victims anyway.
Right. I guess we will see what chapter 2 look like.
They already filmed it too. They filmed all 3 of them already.
I mean, that's smart. Not like just like money-wise smart, but like in case, as we can see, life happens, so people cannot be here. So I could understand why just filming all of it.
Yeah, the actors might not be here.
Yeah, or the director might not be here. Who knows who may not be here? But I get that.
Kind of did like a Fear Street thing, because Fear Street kind of did the same thing.
I think they did the same thing for the Hunger Games too, the last one.
Last 2?
I think they filmed them all together.
So yeah, that's our take on The Strangers. Not that bad as everyone thinks. They're like 1 star. I'm like, really?
I wouldn't give it 1 star, but I will have to say that it was extremely frustrating.
Like, I liked some parts. Some parts I didn't. Wish they could have added some stuff, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed my time in there. I'm thankful that we were like the only people in the movie theater, because he was definitely screaming and being like, "Are you serious?"
We went with our dad, and he just loves talking.
And my boyfriend, he loves talking too.
And my dad's like, "Get him! Yeah! Go!" I was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "Run!" I'm like, "Oh my god, Dad, we are not the only ones here." But
mind you, we actually saw this. Was it opening weekend?
I think so. And nobody was there
on the Monday. And it was a Monday, but like still
during, like,
summer. So I thought that we would see. Well, I guess it wasn't too much summer, but
maybe because it was a Monday and it was like a Monday morning, no one was there.
Yeah, nobody was there. It was crazy how nobody was there.
It was us and like 2 other couples. Yeah, and that was it. And the other couples didn't even stay for the end credit.
I know.
They left.
They was like, "This is so bad that we don't even care what your end credit is." I think if I was gonna rank all the Stranger Things, this is not what we're talking about. The Strangers that came out, obviously the first original one would be number 1, and then I'm sorry, but I'm putting Strangers Prey at Night as number 2, because the kids fighting back really.
I think that was the highlight.
That was the highlight, yes. And then I'm gonna put the last Strangers chapter 1, and we'll see after the other chapters.
I don't think people are gonna like my ranking.
All right, let's hear your ranking.
So I actually do prefer Strange Prey at Night over all of them.
You know what? I was thinking that too. I was like, I don't know. It's just the original concept I loved.
Yeah.
And then nobody came with that idea, so I loved it,
Yeah.
and it will be number one. But Strangers Prey at Night was pretty good,
It was
y'all.
pretty like, and it wasn't like good, like scary good. It was like funny.
Yeah.
Like I was cracking up laughing.
It's like one of those horror movies where you're like, yeah.
Yeah. And
like-
honestly, out of all of them, Prey at Night is the one I've seen the most.
Me too. I think I've watched it probably more
More
than
than I
10
did.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Prey at Night. Then I'll say the original Strangers, and then Chapter 1.
Yeah.
I still like Chapter 1. Like if it's, I wouldn't go to theater to see it again.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I can. But if it's on TV during Halloween time, then yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it during Halloween time. Well, you've made it to the end.
You must really like the sounds of our high-pitched voices and quirky commentary.
You might as well like and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell to be notified every time we drop new content. If you want to follow our social medias, they will be linked in the description box below.
Bye.
Bye, don't let Tamara come. Wait, where's Tamara?
Where's Tamara?